The Kenya Defense Forces say it had observed an aircraft overfly its troops in the three sectors on 2 occasions, and it considers this an act of security violation and a threat. The military has particularly warned that no aircraft is to land in Somalia's Baidoa airstrip. This comes a day after a third aircraft, said to be carrying another shipment of weapons intended for the Al-Shabaab, landed at the airstrip on Wednesday. Kenyan donkey traders along the common border with Somalia have also been advised not to sell their animals to Al-Shabaab. This is because roads have become impassable in Somalia due to heavy rains, and the militant group has resorted to using donkeys to transport their weapons, according to intelligence reports. KDF warns that it will consider any large concentration and movement of loaded donkeys as Al-Shabaab activity. Meanwhile, the Kenya Navy reportedly intercepted a boat and sank it, killing all 18 Al-Shabaab militants on board. This comes as the United States expressed reservations about Kenya's request for helping in imposing a blockade on the Al-Shabaab-controlled port of Kismayu. In a statement, the U.S. State Department stated, quote, "Blockades are generally difficult to enforce and may have unintended consequences in the midst of a humanitarian crisis." The U.S. says it wants to consult with the United Nations Security Council and the African Union on the call for a blockade. And as the Kenyan military strategizes on its planned assault on some 10 Somali towns known to be Al-Shabaab strongholds, the rebels are not just waiting for the confrontation. To start with, Al-Shabaab has already received consignments of weapons aboard 3 planes through Baidoa airstrip, and now the rebels, according to the Reuters news agency, are digging trenches in the port of Kismayu and handing out weapons to students in readiness for the expected onslaught by Kenya's military. The militants are said to have gone further to mount weapons on rooftops. Fatuma Ali, a resident of Kismayu who lives next to an Al-Shabaab military base, told Reuters, quote, "They have put their weapons over us. Every high house in the city is a defense for Al-Shabaab." Terrified of a confrontation, residents were said to be fleeing the towns targeted for assault, only to be stopped by the militants who want them to stay on and fight. Another Kismayu resident, Amina Mahmoud, told Reuters that Al-Shabaab passed a message saying, quote, "Every one of you who dies here is a mujahid and will enter paradise." Besides Kismayu, the city considered to be the nerve center of Al-Shabaab, other towns under imminent attacks include Baidoa, Afmado, Afgoye, and Jilib, to mention a few. Sylvia Chebet, Citizen Live at 9.